Welcome back everybody, Theo here again. Okay, now what exactly is private labeling and why do we want to use it? Well, for us as Amazon sellers, private labeling is simply any kind of customization that allows us to create our own unique listing on Amazon. However, this doesn't need to be elaborate or costly, and there are a number of options open to you. The first option is simply to affix a unique UPC code over the existing UPC code. This will allow you to create your own listing on Amazon because it's your unique UPC code, therefore it doesn't already exist in the Amazon catalog. In order to do this, you must make sure that the items that you're doing this with are generic brands or unbranded items. Everything you buy from AliExpress is in that category. Everything you get from Alibaba is in that category. But not everything you get from the domestic wholesalers is in that category. Cole Imports, certainly their products are all generic or generic brands, and you can affix your own UPC codes. It's not always the case with all of the products with all of the domestic wholesalers. So you need to ask, you need to check first. But if you're using Alibaba or AliExpress or even Cole Imports, then you are good to go with just affixing your own unique UPC code over the existing one. And that is the simplest and most basic form of customization. Another way of doing this is to have your own logo on the packaging. So if the packaging is plain, for example, a plain box or polybag, you could have a sticker on the packaging with your logo. Another option is to have your logo on the product. Now this option may be difficult to begin with because normally a logo on a product is incorporated in the actual design of the product. So this is usually done at the manufacturing stage. There's no problem having this done when you are placing larger orders on Alibaba, but for smaller orders on Alibaba, small orders, you wouldn't be able to get this done. Saying that, when we were at the product sourcing stage in this course, we came across a product, if you remember the Flint fire starter rod, where the logo was simply stuck on the product with a sticker. Another way is to have your own complete package design. Now once again, this may not be an option to you in the early days, but we do cover that in this course anyway. Yet another option is to create what we call a product bundle. That is two or more items together, two or more different items together, so complementary items in a package with your own unique UPC code placed on the package, on the outer package, and once again, this gives you the ability to create your own unique listing. Yet another way is to create a multi-pack. So a multi-pack is simply two or more of the same item in a package. And again, you'd have your own unique UPC code on the outside of the package. So these are the options, and as you can see, customizing your product doesn't need to be difficult or costly to do. Now let's talk about naming your product. If you are merely sticking your own UPC code over the top of an existing UPC code, you're probably not going to bother naming your product. So for example, if your product was a toy water gun and all you're doing is sticking a UPC code on top of the existing UPC code, you wouldn't bother to name it. You would just call it a toy water gun or whatever it actually was. But if you are going to have a logo on the package, on the product, or having your own packaging design created, then you will want a name for your product. You will want to call it something. So in other words, you're beginning to brand your product. The only thing that you need to make sure of is that the name that you give your product is not already trademarked. There's a really simple way to do that, and we can do it online for free. So download the PDF resource handout that goes with this lecture and the link for the website that you can use to check if the name you want to use is trademarked is on that handout. All right, see you in the next lecture.